Traffic lights seem simple, but this is where many learner drivers hesitate, rush or get confused, especially when turning right. Hey there, it's Ed here and welcome to Ray Driving Series channel. In this lesson, we are going to break down traffic lights step by step with a big focus on turning right safely and with confidence. I will explain you how to judge oncoming traffic and how to avoid the most common mistakes learner drivers make at these junctions. If you're just starting your driving journey, the Ray Driving Series app is your best friend. It's designed to make the learning simple and practical. Download it using the link in the description. Before we even talk about turning right, we need to understand what is happening at traffic lights. At traffic lights, you will be turning right, crossing oncoming traffic, or you might be protected by a green filter arrow. That's when you have priority to turn. Today, the main focus is near side or offside turns, but we will call it short and long turn. Everything we do next depends on good positioning and planning. So, what is happening at traffic lights? When turning right at the traffic lights, we need to give way to the oncoming traffic. And when the traffic light goes green, we need to enter the junction. So we have traffic lights ahead and we will be turning right. So traffic lights red, I'm gonna nicely stop at the stop line. I can see ahead we have the first light and we have the secondary light. Secondary light is for us as well. So the traffic lights goes green, I'm gonna enter the junction. And I have another extra light under the green one, which is the filter arrow light. So I have two options. I either wait for the filter arrow to go green, or I need to go when it's safe to do so. Let's say there's no more oncoming traffic. So as I'm giving way to the oncoming traffic, the white vehicle is the last one. I'm getting prepared, ready, and I'm gonna finish my turn. And my filter arrow as well came on at the same time, which kind of indicates, I think, the last vehicle actually run through the red light. So the key factor when we're turning right at the traffic light, we need to give way to the oncoming traffic. And the only time we have priority to do the turn is when we have a filter arrow and it's green, but still make sure it's safe to go in case someone runs the red light. Now, let us talk about the most important part, short turns and long turns. This is where the most learners get confused. A short turn means you are turning right in front of the oncoming traffic that is also turning right. A long turn means you are turning right behind the oncoming traffic that is turning right. Which one you use depends on the road layout, lane markings, and how wide is the junction. Now, let me show you both of them scenarios. This first junction, what I'm gonna do is gonna be a long turn. So that means I will be going in further into the junction and turning behind the traffic, which is turning right. I go further into the junction. There's no one else turning right. The road is clear and I'm gonna clear the junction. So I'm planning to go behind the turn. If you remember, we had a dual carriageway lesson video where we were turning behind the traffic who is turning right. So this is exactly the same long turn. Now the next thing what we're gonna look into, how does the short turn looks like. Now, next set of traffic lights, I will be turning right, and this will be the short turn. So I'm going to prepare, check my mirrors, signal, and the traffic is turning, and I didn't make it through this light, but that's good. It's going to be a good example. So what we're looking at is the car in front of us. I can see he is turning right, which is my left, that's his right, and we have the oncoming traffic. So I'm going to have to do the short turn. I will go in front of them. The way we are positioned, I'm kind of facing them. And at this space of this junction, the best potential option is to go short, because if I will do it long way, it's just gonna mess up the junction. But remember, not everyone will do it the turn the way you're planning to do it. And if they do it somehow differently, we need to adapt to that situation. So the traffic light's green, I'm gonna enter the junction. He's turning in front of me and I'm turning in front of them. Now, all I need to think about is I'm looking for the oncoming traffic. I don't want to come to oncoming traffic side too much, but I want to be far enough to see them. As soon as it clears, I finish my turn and finish my junction. So that's long and short in a brief little situation, so you can see the scenarios, what is what. Let's jump into the long turns more in detail. A long turn is normally used when there is enough space in the junction. You will often use a long turn when you are turning right from a single carriageway into a dual carriageway. That extra space allows both vehicles to turn behind each other instead of crossing paths. You wait, let the oncoming traffic go, and when it is safe, you finish your turn. Remember, normally aim for the left lane into the new road unless signs or markings tells you otherwise. The key reason for a long turn is space and safety. And keep in mind, things we will look into are not solid rules. These are just guidelines, how we can make decisions, as junctions are different and other drivers may decide to do it differently. Now let's have a look into the long turn. Turning long at the traffic light. So generally that's going to happen when you're coming from a single carriageway onto a dual carriageway, generally, and when you have enough space in a junction to do it long way. So couple of clues. We're looking at the traffic lights at the road markings. We don't have any filter arrows or filter lanes. We are coming from a single carriageway onto a dual carriageway, and the junction has enough space to do it a long way. So we do have a traffic light junction ahead of us, which we will be turning right. The traffic light is still green, so I'm preparing. It's changing. Okay, brilliant. The car ahead of me gone through the red light, and I was hoping he's gonna be there for this scenario, but there's someone else. Hopefully that the white car will be turning right. So all the times when we need to think about, okay, I have made my decision now, I will be doing this junction long, but the car ahead of us may not do it the way I'm trying to think it. So if they start to do something different, we just need to adapt to the situation. And as well, if you're a little bit confused, try not to rush into the junction. Hold back and see what the other cars are doing. So then you can play the game they set up. So I'm keeping my wheels straight. I'm going nicely into the junction, going to the furthest point. This guy's holding back, so I'm going to turn in front of him and into the left lane. Like I said, sometimes people get confused what and how to do it. He had plenty of time, plenty of space to go behind me, but he decided to hold back. But that junction was a long junction. Another quite common scenario is when we are on the dual carriageway and we are turning right at the traffic lights into a single carriageway, but again, it's not the best way to say it. The best clue at this moment is it is dual carriageway. I will have no filter lane or filter arrow, and there will be enough space to go behind the traffic which is turning right. So I'm checking my mirrors, I'm preparing myself, checking my mirrors, signaling right. I will be turning right at this traffic light junction, so I can see there's no filter arrow, there is no filter lane. This lane allows me to go straight and right, and I will be turning long way. Another little clue is when you're doing these turns, you want to look to the road you're going to be taking, and you want to make the most convenient position to get you to that road, because I've done it long and I nicely lined up into the road I am taking. So if any of other clues kind of confuses you, start with just looking where the road is and taking the most convenient way towards that road. Hope that makes sense. So that's the long turns done. Learning to drive takes time, but tools like Great Driving Theory app make it faster and easier. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and you will be ready for your test before you know it. Download it using the link in the description. If you're learning to drive in the UK, hit that subscribe button. We've got new lessons and tips every week. Now, let us have a look at the short turns. A short turn is used when there is not enough space to safely turn behind the oncoming traffic. This often happens at small junctions, especially on single carriageways, where there is no central reservation. You will also use the short turn when there is right turn filter lane or a green filter arrow. In these situations, the road layout is designed so the vehicles turning right go in front of each other, not behind. This keeps the junction moving better and avoids vehicles blocking each other. So let's have a look at some scenarios. How to make the decisions regarding short and long junction. These things what we're going to look into, they are generally just guidelines, not rules. So remember, junctions can be different and situations can be different, and the drivers can act differently as well. But generally, if you stick to this one, majority of times, it's going to work out for you. So first thing what we need to look for is road markings and at the same time traffic lights. We're looking for filter lane and filter arrow. So I'm turning right at the lights. I can see I have a filter lane and if I look at the traffic lights, I can see I will have a filter arrow, which indicates this junction is designed to do it short way. So I'm going to be turning in front of the traffic, which is turning right as well at the junction. Now, looking at the traffic lights, you can see there's red, amber, green, and under the green there's another extra section. So generally it's like an L-shaped traffic light, but this one has them all nicely straight down. So traffic light goes green, we go in the junction, we do a short turn, we start steering early, and we're trying to look towards the road where we're going to go as well. So we're not steering early too much, because if we're going to steer early too much, people may think we are trying to do a U-turn at this junction. So I do have a car in front of me, so let's say that's going to be my lead vehicle at this occasion. So I'm going to go in nicely. He is steering a little bit early. I believe he's going to be doing a U-turn, so I'm going to go next to him, because he's not even facing the road at the moment, but I will be careful with it. He's doing a U-turn. I'm looking for the oncoming traffic. There's none, and I'm going to clear the junction. Good example of what I spoke about. If we steer too early, the car's going to do a U-turn. So that silver vehicle next to me was doing a U-turn. Things get more challenging at multi-lane junctions. Here, the lane discipline is very important. You must choose the correct lane before the lights. Follow the arrows and stay in that lane throughout the turn. Do not change lanes mid-turn. If you are unsure, slow down, read the road markings, and commit to one clear decision. Okay, so turning right with multiple lanes. So we're gonna have 2 lanes turning right. I generally tend to use the left lane unless I would be turning right straight after, or I would need the middle lane for some reason. But I generally use the left lane. So we have 2 lanes turning right, and the important part here is, as I'm using the left lane out of these 2, I need to take the left lane onto the new road. I hope you can guys see something, because that sun is very bright. So whenever you have 2 lanes, keep in mind your lane, left lane, goes to the left lane, middle lane, which is next to me, gonna go to the middle, or right lane onto the new road. So we need to take this turn nice and wide, because if we're gonna drift into to the right too much, we could potentially cause an accident. So I'm gonna go nice further into the junction, nice and wide, looking towards the curbs and trying to aim for the left lane onto the new road. As well, at the same time, as this is our own traffic light for turning right, we're gonna have filter arrow, which means we don't need to give way to oncoming traffic. We can see the filter arrow on the light, oncoming traffic is stopped. I'm gonna go nice and wide towards the curb, making sure I'm taking only my space on the road, and I've done that multiple lane right turn safely. It's not that difficult, to be honest. It's just to make sure you identify the 2 lanes are going right, and which lane you're using and which lane you're going to be taking onto the new road, and think about the traffic around you. Do not take any of their space. Turning right at the traffic lights is not about speed. It's about planning, patience, and positioning. If you slow your approach, create time, and stay calm, the decision becomes much easier. Remember, near side to near side, offside to offside. Get the approach right, and the turn takes the care of itself. Let us quickly sum this up. Turning right at traffic lights is about planning, knowing when a short turn is right and when a long turn is safer. If you stay patient, position correctly, and judge oncoming traffic calmly, these junctions become much easier. Remember, the examiners want safe decisions, not speed. And don't forget, we have an app that helps you practice theory and hazard perception. Just search for the Ray Driving Theory Test app. Thanks for watching the Ray Driving Theory channel. I will see you on the next lesson.